Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today is still Friday, so it is my second new release of the day and probably my last. I had another one on my list. I think I'm going to skip it for today because I'm really tired. I'm going to try to catch up with some sleep before I have to go to my Dungeons & Dragons meeting tonight. I'm a nerd, I'm sorry. Just a reminder real quick, if you guys like the video, please consider subscribing. It's a really huge help. I release a bunch of new stuff on Fridays, and every single day of the week I release new videos. Movie reviews from past older movies, and then every Friday, of course, new releases. And today, we're going to be talking about Above Suspicion. Above Suspicion was released in 2021. It was written by Chris Giarlino and directed by Philip Noyce. So I watched this movie with no expectations. I had no idea what it was about. I just knew it had Emilia Clarke in it, and I knew that it came out today. This technically was released in 2019, but I think it was only for festival use. It was released in theaters and on streaming today. So you can watch this in a theater, or you can watch it in on a streaming service. Like I use Fandango now usually, so it's like $6 to rent. And I don't know. I think this movie's not very good. I know it's not very good. But it's hard to pinpoint exactly why. So I'm going to try to focus my energy on what I didn't like about the film. First, I didn't like the genre. It's kind of a crime drama, relationship, love story, weird thing. It starts off as just a crime drama. And then, like, almost immediately, like, just instantly, like, there's just romance blossomed between this FBI agent and the informant, and then of course there leads to problems because the FBI agent's married and the informant like still loves the FBI guy. It's complicated, and it's a long process for such a short movie. This movie was only an hour and 40 minutes long, and it felt like it was way longer than that. It was exhausting to watch. And I think the issue is that they switch it so often, right? We start off as just like a straight crime drama. We're working with, somebody is robbing a bank, and Emilia Clarke's character knows who it is, and so she goes to the FBI, and the FBI's like, I'll give you money for it. She's like, great, and then she's like, also, can I have sex with you? And he's like, yes. And then they just do that for a while, and then, of course, the female gets attached, and the guy is like, oh, but I thought this was just for a fun thing, and then it goes on and on and on, and there's this twist at the ending that I kind of thought was okay, but honestly, it was just like, oh, whatever. I was just glad the movie was over at that point. I think that the performances were really solid, actually. I think that Emilia Clarke and Jack Huston were both really, really solid here. Unfortunately, that's the only thing I liked about the film. It's just really long for it being such a short movie. And it goes on so many different tangents that, like, they're kind of related, but, like, at some point, like, just please, are you gonna, like, just find a solution? I don't care what the solution is anymore. Just find one and get there, because it felt so unorganized, right? And the romance part takes up 90% of the movie, and it's just like, why? It didn't help develop any of the characterization at all. They could have shown them, doing it like twice, and then I've been like, okay, obviously she's going to get attached. It's a trope. I know what's going to happen. And like, it's not very well done. I think that a lot of the side characters are cooler than the main characters. Like, I love Johnny Knoxville's character. He's great. I really like him a lot in this movie. And I just think that, like, if they'd focus a little bit more on the actual background of the characters themselves, rather than like, oh, and then they went here and had sex, and they went over there and had sex, and now they're together, and then they're like, oh, but he doesn't want to be there. It's like, yeah, I know. I feel like I've seen this movie 30 times already. Like, that's like the feeling that I'm getting right now. Is like, I have seen this movie way too many times, and I've only seen it once. I would not recommend this movie to a friend. Let's watch some of the acting real quick, starting with Emilia Clarke as Susan. I think she was fine. I think that her southern accent was pretty good, considering the fact that she's not southern. I think that she worked really well for the film. I think that she really poured her heart into this role, and it just sucks that the movie just wasn't good, because this could have been really good for her, and it fell flat. Jack Huston is Mark. I have never seen Jack Huston before, but he proved that he can be a leading man here. I'm looking forward to seeing more from him in the future, because he was really solid here. And honestly, the chemistry between these two were great, which really was kind of the problem, because it felt like the obvious choice was just to go with her. But it was just, it's it's long. Overall, the movie has way too many unanswered questions too. Like I'm not gonna talk about the ending, but like the ending is like pretty straightforward. But then it was like, but what happened to this? And what happened to that? And it doesn't really answer. There's a lot of narration in the film that I didn't care for. Narration is something I generally don't like. Although recently there's been a lot of movies with narration that I kind of liked. Not here. The narration just doesn't work. It just kind of felt overdone. Overall, this movie's not very good. I don't want to talk about it for much longer because it's exhausting to think about. It's just such a long movie that I watched for like, it feels like no reason. And so I'm going to give Above Suspicion a C. I wouldn't recommend watching this movie, but I guess if you're interested in romance crime, this might be for you. It's just not very well done in my opinion. But that's going to do it for me today. If you guys like the video, please consider subscribing. I've got new videos coming out all the time, and it's a huge, huge, huge help if you guys subscribe. So please consider doing that. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.